How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to look at the multiple choice questions from the Eastern Cape March 2025 paper. Question 1.1 reads, several forces are acting on a moving object. Which one of the following statements is correct when the object moves with constant velocity? So before we answer it, let's just make some notes here. Constant velocity. What does that mean? It means that acceleration is equal to 0. And what does that mean? It means that F net is equal to 0. Okay, so let's go through the options. Option A, the forces acting on the object are not in equilibrium. Nope. The object has a non-zero net force acting on it. Nope. The object has a non-zero acceleration. That's out. The forces acting on the object are in equilibrium. That's the answer. You could think of that as the horizontal forces being equal, the vertical forces being equal. You could think of that also as the F net being 0. So yeah, so that's another way of thinking of it. Question 1.2, which one of the following quantities is the tendency of an object to resist a change in its state of motion? This is more of a definition type question. The answer here is inertia. Okay, question 1.3. A ball is thrown vertically upward. Which one of the following graphs best represents the net force exerted against time while the ball is in the air? Okay, so when the ball is in the air, let's draw a free body diagram for it. There's only one force acting on it, which is the force of gravity. So if we had to do an F net, we'll say F net equal ma. Since there's only one force acting on it, it'll be Fg equal ma. And since we know that Fg is mass times the gravity, we know the mass is not changing, the acceleration due to gravity is not changing, which means that F net must be constant. Right? So the graph that's showing a constant F net is D. Okay. Question 1.4. A ball moving horizontally has a constant momentum P and kinetic energy K. The ball collides with a wall and bounces back horizontally. Immediately after the collision, the ball has a kinetic energy 1/9K. The mass of the ball remains constant. Which one of the following is the momentum of the ball immediately after the collision? So here's how we can answer this question. We can start off with the equation for momentum, which is P equals m times v. And the momentum for kinetic energy, let's call that K, that's going to be half mv squared. Right? So once the ball rebounds, the kinetic energy decreases to 1/9K. Now, we need to think carefully about what would have changed to cause that kinetic energy to decrease. So we know half is a constant, so that's not going to change. The mass of the ball is a constant, so that's not going to change. So it must stand to reason that the kinetic energy would decrease because of a change in the velocity. Now the velocity is being squared. So you could think of it like this. Some change or something squared is 1/9. So basically we're going to be left with half m, and then something squared is 1/9. So 1/3 squared is 1/9. So this is the velocity upon rebound. So we can use that and calculate the momentum. So the new momentum is going to be the mass times 1/3v. So that's going to be 1/3 mv, which is 1/3 times the original, momentum. The answer there is B. Okay, question 1.5. The compound C5H10O2 can be, the options are alcohol, carboxylic acid, ester. So carboxylic acids we know are COOH. There's 2 oxygens there. And ester, they have something that we can call cocoa bonds. So there's also 2 oxygens there. However, in alcohol is end in OH, right? So the options here that would match the molecular formula would be 2 and 3. So the options there, that means we are left with D. Let's look at question 1.6. Consider the structural formula and IUPAC name of each of the compounds shown below. You have propane, ethanol, and fluoroethane. Which one of these compounds has the highest vapor pressure at room temperature? So highest vapor pressure means lowest boiling point. So that means we need to look at the intermolecular forces. So propane is an alkane, and alkanes have London IMFs, which are very weak. Ethanol is an aldehyde. They have dipole, which are stronger than London. Ethanol is an alcohol, which has H bonds, hydrogen bonds. And fluoroethane has dipole-dipole. So the lowest boiling point, we need to look for the one that has the weakest intermolecular force. That's going to be propane. So the answer is A. And the last question, 1.7, the addition of hydrogen to an alkene is called what? This is just a basic one. It's called hydrogenation. The option is C. If you like this video, if you found it useful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. If there's something specific you'd like me to cover, please leave it down in the comments and I will try to get to it. Until the next time, bye-bye.